Hello and happy Sunday to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm here to do a contest entry for Rachel the Music Ma'am. This is a interesting contest. I had a lot of fun doing research for this. So essentially it's broken up into 3 parts. The first part is interesting. It is taking a look at those artists or those kind of people that are related to music that were born on the same calendar day as you. The second part is those who died on the same day, same calendar day. The next part is the next part is one album each or just a couple of albums that you're. The next part is taking a look at albums that your parents enjoyed, and I'm really looking forward to talking about that. And then, of course, shouting out to some wonderful people here in the vinyl community. My birthday is April the 5th, so I actually had quite a bit on my list, but I had to narrow it down to a whole bunch of people. One person on this list I do not, actually 2 people I do not actually have on vinyl, but I will still show something to relate to that. The first person is April 5th, 1935, and that is Peter Grant, the English rock band manager. Now, which famous band did this person manage? Well, Peter managed the great Led Zeppelin. This is my copy of Led Zeppelin 4, and I've talked about it before that this was the record that got me into collecting. And Led Zeppelin 4 also means quite a bit to me, and I'll get into that story on another video, but essentially, one of my favorite singers tweeted me on Twitter talking about Led Zeppelin 4, and it just so happens that maybe I would say a month or 2 later, I went to my favorite record shop that was pretty small. If you saw my last video, and if you haven't, please go check it out after this, after, of course, you give a subscription to all the people in the description below, including Rachel's channel. But I remember when this record shop was just one room, and that was the main rock room. And if you watched in order that I kind of did everything, it was that first room when you first walked in. Didn't even have the room to the right, didn't have the room to the left or the dollar bin area. It was just that one room, and it's come a very long way. Shout out to Martin and everybody at Vinyl Days Records. I'll leave a link to their Facebook and their website down below. They are the only in Virginia Beach vinyl exclusive store. There are a couple of other stores, but this one is special to me. It's vinyl exclusive. And it's where I bought, again, this record right here. So who else was born on April 5th? Well, I have my notes here. Alan Clark. And who is Alan Clark? One of the lead singers of this band right here, the Hollies. If you look right where my finger is, there's Alan right there. Born in Lancashire, England. This is actually one of my parents' pressings. This is the only Hollies that I have, and you can tell it's been loved on. I took over my parents' collection just overall, and making sure that it was kept nice, but even then, some of my best efforts were unfortunately as they are. So I'm slowly going to go through and get better copies, but this one means a lot just because of it being toted around so much, and I just love this artwork. So I moved from 1935 to 1942. Next in chronological order is 1948. And who was born in 1948? None other than Dave Holland, the drummer, basically, for Judas Priest during the Breaking the Law era. Again, Northampton, England. A lot of UK people, and I have a best friend in the UK, so I love UK people. I do not have Breaking the Law, but I do have my copy of Rock'n'Rolla here. And this was when it said Bob Halford and not Rob Halford. I wish this was a good copy. I need a good play copy. This was a record store day. Unfortunate regret, because the B-side is scratched all the way through and doesn't play right. But I at least have something Judas Priest. I wish I actually had Breaking the Law so I could show you that, but I'll show this instead. Keeping that train moving, keeping that train moving. Who else? Well, if you know the band Abba, this is the picture single that I have. I don't have a full actual 12-inch, but there you are. And Anna from Abba, born in 1950 in Sweden. So April 5th, 1950, Sweden. Who else? Who else? Well, in 1950 as well, Paul Osher, who was part of the Muddy Waters Blues Band, was born in Brooklyn, New York. I don't have anything Muddy Waters, but I know that that name gets thrown around quite a bit, so I wanted to show that up there. The big one. This next one is kind of big for me, because anybody who knows me knows that I love the band Pearl Jam. And I happen to share a birthday, April 5th, 1966, with this dude right here. And who is this dude? None other than Mike McCready. When I saw that I shared a birthday with him, I was ecstatic, because I love Pearl Jam. This is my KEXP Presents Raw Power, a tribute to Iggy and the Stooges. I got this on Record Store Day. It's standard black vinyl, but it's awesome. Basically, they recorded a live show right on top of the public market in Seattle. It says live from the rooftop of Pike's Place Market, August 23rd of 2015. And there is one last one I did want to talk about, and he's kind of a local legend here, and that is Pharrell Williams. Fortunately, do not have anything Pharrell Williams on vinyl, but shout outs to a local hero in this area. So all those wonderful people I share birthdays with, but there's like at least 20 plus more that have done a bunch of classical, a whole bunch of other cool things, but those were the highlights. And also, my favorite comedian died on my birthday, so this one's going to be tough to talk about, because music means a lot to me. But I also take that day to celebrate those artists. Who are they? Kurt Cobain of Nirvana. And this dude right here, Lane Staley of Alice in Chains. And if you want, this was my 7-inch gatefold of Alice in Chains songs that I got for Record Store Day. I mean, these two are legendary in their own right. And, you know, I don't remember that much of Kurt, to be honest. I don't remember that much of Lane, to be honest. But now that I'm actually into music, I feel that special connection to them. I guess, in a way, yes, they passed my birthday. And yes, that's supposed to be the day you're supposed to celebrate. It's your birthday. But I take a little extra time to think about them on my birthday, especially when it comes around. And Nirvana gets talked about more than Alice in Chains. When I hear about, you know, remembering Kurt Cobain, it actually makes me a little angry, because Lane doesn't get enough love on that day. Of course, they both should get a lot of love, but to me, Alice in Chains means a little bit more than Nirvana. I do like Nirvana. I know their impact, but some of their songs don't gel with me as much as, say, Alice in Chains does. So, again, those are the two that I kind of wanted to talk about. And let's now move on to those records basically representing my parents. I'm going to start with my mom. So she liked Chicago. I have a whole bunch of Chicago records. I'm missing one 12-inch, and I'll basically have everything of the Terry Kath and this dude's era, and that is Peter Sotera. And this is his album, I guess a self-titled album from what I'm seeing, but I love this artwork. So let me take this away from the sleeve so you can get a better idea of what it is. And if you want to take a look at what is on this record, go and pause the video. So, Just want to show, there he is right there. But this is one of the records that I took over from my mom. But when I listen to Chicago, I think of her. But what's really nice is she and I connect over Alice in Chains. And we have seen Alice in Chains 3 times. And so it's really nice, because I could have shown the Alice in Chains there, but I wanted to show the Peter Sotera because she really likes that. And I wanted to end with my dad. So I unfortunately lost my dad at age 17. He passed away. It's been about 12 years or so since then, but I wanted to talk about this particular album here, and that is Billy Joel's The Stranger. This is his pressing, my dad's pressing, and I still listen to it to this day. It still sounds good. I mean, I would not trade this for the world. Might get a better play copy at some point. It sounds just fine, but I would like to actually have a full non-clicky play copy. But I mean, what can you say about this album? Moving Out, one of my favorite songs as a kid. The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from Time Restaurant. A-side's amazing just as much as the B-side. Vienna is a wonderful, wonderful song. Only to Get Die Young, She's Only a Woman, Get It Right the First Time, and Everybody Has a Dream. So, when I listen to this album, when I listen to Billy Joel, I think of my dad. So, who do I want to shout out in the VC? Well, there's quite a bit of people that you can watch, but I have 3 on my mind right now. Of course, the wonderful Steve Carlson, Value Vinyl, and of course, the wonderful Groovy Lisa. I wanted to shout all 3 of these out. I want to shout out these 3 wonderful individuals because their unique takes on collecting music, and you know, the path they have in life, and just the way they think about collecting music is so interesting to me. So please check out the 3 of them. I will leave a link to all their channels in the description down below. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day whenever you are watching this. Coming up next on my channel is the big Record Store Day Drops video. So I'll be telling you what I'm looking to get and hopefully get everything on my list. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day whenever you're watching. And as I say at the end of every video, when the waters get rough, please, please keep on sailing. Even if you feel like no one else believes in you, I believe in you. I believe that you can do anything you set your mind to. You're wonderful. You are loved. Even if you feel like you don't need to hear it, or even if you feel like you don't have the capacity to take the good vibes that I'm sending you, please, just all the good vibes to you. We need it right now. We need it in this day and age and time that we're going through. So take care of yourself. Be good to yourself, please. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.